When you check into lab, one of the sheets that you will get is a sheet covering rules for conduct in the lab. It is required that you read through these and sign at the bottom. If you have any questions, please let one of us know. It is never permitted to start an experiment prior to the start time of lab, especially when a TA or instructor is not present. It is also important that you never work alone in lab in case an accident were to happen. If you come across an unlabeled bottle or chemical in the lab, notify an instructor. Also, unauthorized experiments are never permitted. If you are interested in doing research or chemistry outside of lab time, please consult with your professor. It is required that you wear safety glasses at all times in the laboratory. It protects you against an exploding solvent, a fizzing reaction, or even something that may be going on at your partner station. You can also wear a lab coat or a lab apron such as this to protect against solvent or reagent spills that might be on the countertop. Gloves are also available in the lab. If you get irritated easily by exposure to chemicals, please ask an instructor if you can wear them. Gloves may be required in some experiments using hydrogen peroxide, concentrated solvents, or other reagents that we feel you should be protected against. Hair should also be tied back so that it doesn't get in your way of an experiment, and especially in the case of using a Bunsen burner, so that it doesn't accidentally catch on fire. It is important to keep reagent and solvent bottles closed when not in use. This prevents any solvent from evaporating into the air, and also any contaminants from getting inside the bottles themselves. You also want to keep them away from the benchtop edge to prevent tip-overs and falling on the ground. The hoods are used to carry out reactions that may generate toxic gases. There's a constant flow of air that carries those gases away continuously. It's best to keep your reaction well within the hood and the sash down. Having the sash down maintains the maximum velocity of airflow that can carry the fumes away. The glass sash also provides an added layer of protection in that you can still see your reaction, but if anything were to happen, you have protection. A common lab mishap comes by getting an injury by forcing a piece of glass to do something it doesn't want to do. In this case, forcing a thermometer into the thermometer adapter. You want to make sure you insert it into the adapter slowly and smoothly to prevent it from getting out of hand and perhaps cutting you in the palm. Another problem you might encounter is a piece of glassware that has a frozen joint. In this case, the top is frozen into place. If this happens, please notify an instructor or a TA and we will take care of it for you. If you have a piece of glassware that breaks in lab, please put it in the broken glass box. They're strategically placed around the lab for your convenience. Another thing that goes in the broken glass box are used pipettes from the day's reactions. It's always important to dispose of a waste generated in an experiment properly. If you're unsure what to do with your waste, talk to your instructor. Don't throw anything in the trash or dump anything down the drain without being authorized to do so. There should be bottles in the hoods with hazardous labels on them. This is where your waste should go. Make sure you read the labels so that you're putting your waste into the proper receptacle.